What is going on, YouTube family? Welcome back to this episode where we're going to be doing a back test on the NAS 100. Okay, now this back test is going to be for the 30th of May. The aim of the game is to refine that as much as possible, hence why we're doing a back test. Okay, so this back test basically, because a lot of people ask to do a back test on the 15-minute, all right, because a lot of people trade the 15-minute, and if you've been trading for any length of time, you would know that trading the 15-minute is a very good way to trade, but it comes with humongous risk. Okay, so that's what we're going to be doing today, and I'm just going to be sharing my thinking as to how I manage positions on the 15-minute. So as we can see here, we have the 15-minute chart here already. Okay, price is pushing up, right? And I kind of need to figure out what it's going to go on so I can place my trades. So the first things first is I'm going to jump into the hourly to get an idea as to what market is doing. All right, so going into the hourly to look at what the market is doing, we can see that market has already broken a high point, and that's that over here. Okay, so we're going to mark out this area because this is an area of importance for us. So that's that area over here. It's a high point, right? And the lowest point in this game is this one over here, right? So we're going to mark out this point. This is on the hourly, and bottom line is this is going to help us with our overall direction in terms of how we're trading, if we're selling the market or buying the market. But all decisions will be made on the 15-minute chart. Okay, so we've gotten these two areas figured out. Now we're going to jump into a higher time frame, which is the day, right? Because while we're trading the day, it's just to make sure that we catch it correctly. All right, so overall what we can see here, even though price is pushing up, this is still quite a very strong downtrend, because it needs to break above this level over here before we can consider it's going up. So the day is looking like how we should, right? And we're not going to really, what's the word I'm looking for? We're not going to start putting in buy orders, because this tells us that we should be looking for sales, right? Not buys, looking for sales, right? So I'm now going to go into a lower time frame. I'm going to go into a lower time frame. I'm going to go back into the 1 hour. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to be looking for areas where I think price might be returning back to. Okay, because price needs to break one of these high points, and there are tons of high points on this on this overall chart over here. But all it basically means is that if it does break it, especially on the hourly, if it does break one of these highs, right, it basically means that there's a good chance it's going to be pulling down, because it needs to break a really big major high for us to even begin to consider taking in buy positions. And now currently market is going down. So I've gotten that all figured out, what's going on here and here. All right, okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to hit play, because we need to watch the market some more before we figure out how we're going to do this. So back to the 15-minute, we know price is pushing up, but it's at a point where we should be expecting price to pull back down again, right? That is what we should be expecting, price to pull back down again. So let's have a look to see what's a good point. I can't really find a good one really close, so we're just going to let it play. We want to see what happens. Okay, so it's going super fast now. Actually, wait, let's pause that for a minute. Okay, so it's going super fast, and we can see we have a bit of a consolidation up here. So let's see what kind of consolidation this is. So we're going to let it play. Okay. So first things first is, this is a high over here, right? So this is a high over here. And this over here is a low. This over here is a low, right? So these two areas are now super important if we're thinking about taking sales. But we need one more move to happen before we do anything else. So let's just hit play and see what it does. Okay, boom. So it's crossed through we're still getting lower highs in comparison to this high over here, right? And these are considered highs at this point. So I can move this right over here, like so, right over here, like so, and then we're going to hit play. Okay. Then we're going to hit play, and then we're just going to wait. Then we're going to wait. And then we're gonna wait, we're gonna wait, we're gonna wait, we're gonna wait, we're gonna, okay. Oh shit, I missed it. Alright, cool. So we missed that. This is going too fast. I need to slow it down. So ideally, I would have wanted to put in a sell when price came back into this location over here, but I missed that. We're not going to cheat, so we're just going to let it play. We're going to wait for another opportunity, and this is going way too slow. So, okay, this is the second fastest I can have it on, so we're just going to keep it like that for now. And right now, we're not doing anything. We're not actually doing anything because this is the 15-minute, right? We're not doing anything. We're waiting for a golden opportunity. I'm going to jump into the hour real quick and see how it's looking. Okay, and as you can see, we're beginning to see an indication to tell us that price might want to push down, right? It might want to push down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a little box in this area over here, right? Should price come back into this area again, I'm going to be aiming for sells. Okay, I'm going to be aiming for sells. Should price come back into this zone again, I don't know if it will or not, but if it does, that's what we're aiming for. We're going to jump into the day and see what the day tells us. Yep. And where it is right now, I should definitely be looking for sells. So we're going to come out of this. We're going to go into the hourly, back into the 15-minute, back into the 15-minute. Okay, then we're going to hit play. Okay, all right, stop. Stop. Right, so now we know that this area over here is the area of interest. So let me just highlight this area. Okay, I'm going to highlight this area right here, so we know that this area is an area of interest. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in a sell right here, and we're going to say 100 pip stop. Okay, so it's 101. And what kind of profits am I looking for? So let's go into a higher time frame because we're using the 15 minutes to help us, right? Using the 15 minute to help. And then we're going to bring some fib in. We're going to bring in the fib, and that's going to tell us how we really should be playing this game. Okay, so right now this location over here is where well and truly I should be looking for my sells, right? This is where I should be looking for my sells, but we're not going to be doing that. This is not where we're looking for ourselves. We want ourselves as close up here as possible, right? If we can get it above this level, even better. But this is where I want myself. This is personally how I will trade it. Okay, how I will trade it. So I need to expand my stop a little bit just to get above the fib, right? Now this is not a given that this is going to work, by the way. This is not a given. Remember, we're trying to refine a skill set so that it gives us a higher probability of getting the most amount of wins we can possibly get, right? So let's go back into the 15 minute. So I've put in the sell. Let's get rid of this. If this doesn't help, let's get rid of that. And then let's hit play. Okay. Okay, so let's do that. Let's see how it goes. And boom, market has taken me out. Market has destroyed me. It has taken me out. It's taking me out of the game. It's taking me out. That's it right there. It stopped out. The plan did not work. But am I sore about it? No, I am not. I am not. Do you know why? Because where market is right now, there is a higher chance the price is going to be falling, right? There's a very high chance the price is going to be falling. So I've just lost some pips at the moment. And remember, the market is not your friend. So there is no hard feelings in this. It's just happened. If I take it personally, I'm going to lose more, right? So what we got here, why I'm drawing out this little situation that we got going on here right now, is that we've had a squeeze, we've had a spill to the upside, and it's produced a higher high. Okay, it has produced a higher high, right? But however, if I am reading this correctly, okay, right? And normally when I trade, I normally like to do this, right? On the 15-minute, this is what we could be getting right now. So we could get this. And this. This is what could happen right now. All right. So this in itself could be a head and shoulders. All right. So what I'm going to do right now is, rather than say, okay, market is reversing, I'm going to look for another sell. I'm going to look for another sell, right? I'm going to look for another sell. So I just have to think what's the best place to put that sell right now. I think I'm going to do it where market is. Okay, so we just want to watch this for a bit, see what it does. Right, we're going to watch what it does. Okay, so you see this move over here? This move right here, right? This move. This is an indicator to tell me there's a good chance price is going to be breaking back down again, just because if it produces another high, so if it goes up to this level right here, right, but it happens to be lower than this one over here, I'm going to be putting in sell orders, or I can preempt the whole situation right now. So preempt the whole situation and just say, you know what, I'm going to jump in with sells right now, and let me see if I'm comfortable with the stop. So if I put in a sell right now, right, and I wanted to cover above this wick, because remember, right above here is liquidity, right? Market will be coming back up here at some point to grab everybody's stops, right, including my own, because my own is there as well. Okay, and what I want to do is I want to hope and pray that I get what I need to get out the market before it comes back and takes everybody's stops, i.e. takes mine, but I want to be out the market before he actually does that. All right, so we're gonna come back out again. We'll come back out. We're gonna make this bigger, right? And we're gonna drag this all the way down to 100% of my Fibonacci. 100%. And the fib has now changed. So where did I mark out the fib before? So I'm gonna put that up here. And this is it right here. Boom. Okay. Okie dokie. Alright, so now we're gonna hit play. Okay, let me zoom in a little bit. Okay. Yep, I think that's good. Okay. All right. Okay, so we're gonna let it do its thing. And so far so good. So far so good. We're making nice gains right now. Nice gains right now. At this point, there is no trailing stop. There is no trailing stop. We're just gonna let it just run. Still do okay. It's not looking good at all. It's not looking good at all. That little gray area that we got right here, this is like the safety zone. If it goes above this, we're jumping out of the trade. But now that it's gone into the box again. Ah, shit. Okay, so we leave that. I missed it. I missed it because I wanted to put in another sell at that level. Because why I do the back test is I'm trying to refine the skill of stacking orders. That's what I want to do. I want to be an expert at stacking orders. Okay, so it's moving forward. So far so good. It's doing good. If I brought in a trading stop right now, I've made back all of my losses that I got on this trade over here, right? So I've just got my hand on the pause button right now, just in case it comes back into the zone, because I think it's going to. If it goes above that gray zone that I've put out, we're closing it out. So we're just going to say trading stop hit. If it doesn't, then I'm going to add more in. Okay, so far so good. Okay. Okay. So it's going to play. All right. So where it is right now, it's in the zone. It's coming to the zone. It's coming to the zone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jump in, right? And then I'm going to put in another sell, doing a straight market buy. The stop is going to be right above here. I'm going to drag this down to about here somewhere. I'm going to pull this all the way down. And then what I'm then going to do is I'm going to jump into the hourly just to see if I'm comfortable with how everything looks. And I'm very comfortable with how everything looks. I'm very, very, very comfortable with it. Where the stop is where I want the stop to be. I mean my trailing stop, which is, I mean not my trailing stop, by TP. It's right here, so we're going to keep it there. There's no change whatsoever. We're just going to keep it as it is. And we're going to let this whole thing continue. Going to let this whole thing continue. So if you look, what I drew here is kind of panned out. Okay, so which is we've got the lower top, a higher top over here, and now it looks like we have a lower top, which is this one over here. So these are the lower tops. So it's a double shoulder, right, on the right side. Okay, normally it's just one, but it's a double shoulder. I thought that was going to be it, this one over here, but he came back into it again. I didn't see a consolidation at the bottom right here, hence why I didn't take it, because this little move that we're seeing down here, so this little move that we're seeing down here did not give me the confidence this move that we're seeing down here kind of gave me the impression that price would have been coming back up again. And it did. So this was it. Right? So seeing this, it would not have been a good idea to put in another sell, because if this is reversed the other way, so it's going up like that, then it would have made sense to put in a sell. Okay, so I put in a sell at this level because I saw what I was looking for. Wait, I didn't mean to do that. Let's get it back. So this move, I saw this over here, right? Hence why I was happy to put in a sell. And not only that, it started to level off. So it started to level off about here. As you can see, we're seeing that it's beginning to squeeze. So it's pushed up, but now it's consolidating at the top right here. So we've got double top in regards to these two wicks here, right? So there's a good chance that price is going to be pushing down after this. It's a 50-50. It could work, it might not work, but this is the game we play. This is the game, right? This is the game. So I've put in another sell based on that. That's why I've done that. Okay, so let's hit play and let's see what happens. Okay, so now things is going really well. Let me pause that for a minute. Let's pause that for a minute. Okay, so now things is going really well. So let's hit play. Like, I cannot stress to you guys the importance of backtesting strategies. I cannot stress to you how important it is, right? If you want to get good at anything, you have to test what it is that you're doing to make sure that it 100% makes sense. This is one of the only ways to be profitable in a game. Look at that, 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 look at that. Fantastic. Fantastic. Now, let me stop here for 1 second, right? I could have added another order at this level right here, but it would not have made no sense. Why? Because I would have been carrying more risk, okay? Because, for example, once it pushed down to this level, I could reduce my stop in this zone over here and bring my trailing stop for this trade down to this level right here. So which means even if I lose this trade, I'm still profitable, right? So the next level for me to realistically consider putting in another sell would be at a much lower point in this whole move than where it is up here, because I've gotten two very close to each other, right? Market is still headed down in that one direction, so I need a consolidation. So if it comes back up again and it starts consolidating, I could add in another trade and wait for it to break down some more and then bring my trading stops lower, right? That's the plan. So let's hit that, let's hit that, let's hit that, let that go. Okay, stop. So guys, you see what's happening right here right now? What's happening here right now? This is a place to add in another sell. This is the place to add in another sell, right? Because we've gone in on a day and we've gone in on the 1 hourly, right? And we know that where current prices right now is at a high, we should only be looking for sells, right? What the 15-minute tells us is, it tells us, okay, this is the best optimal place to put in your sells and have a really tight stop, okay, right? Sometimes the 15-minute will destroy you because it's a smaller time frame. If your stop is really tight, you're going to get stopped out. It's super annoying. Hence why practice makes perfect in terms of where is the most optimal place for you to place your sells. So we're going to put in another sell right here. Right here. We're going to put in a we're just going to say we're going to put in a a 147 stop, right? 147 stop. We would have made that in both trades that we got at the moment, both trades that we got in right now at this moment in time, okay, right? And we can bring our trading stop somewhere above this level over here. So hypothetically, we have a trading stop in these trades because they are profitable. If this stop is triggered, we're out of every single trade. Every single trade, we're out of it. Okay, if that happens. So let's see how this goes. Just bear with me a moment. Let me just expand my stop, because we want the TP to be down here. And I don't know how long these trades are going to go on for, so I'm just going to expand this. So already, this one trade that we lost, right? This was a good trade, but it was too early. It was premature, right? And this is not personal. It's just how it goes. So now let's hit play. Let's see what it gives us. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Let me pause this for a minute. Let me pause this for a minute. You know what I mean? Take a sip. Take a sip. Right? Well, not a sip actually. Have a. I can't even say it because of YouTube, but you could probably hear it in the background what we're doing over here. And they say this stuff is bad for you. Keeps me calm, keeps me cool as a cat. Just as long as you're not doing the other stuff, which obviously slows your brain like a... That's just a bad idea. I don't care what anyone says. This is a bit of a rant anyway, so yeah. So we're going to put another trade right here. We'll put another trade right here. Right? Bring TP down here. Why am I bringing another trade over here? Why am I bringing in another trade over here? Simple. This is it. This is the reason. This is the reason. Right? This is the reason right here. So I've looked at that. Price is pushing down. Okay. I've calculated the stop in this area. 157. I can work with that. Right? And if you zoom out, we are in profit in this one, and this one, and we have a trailing stop right about this zone right here. So I'm just going to bring in this level, and we're just going to say trailing stop is right here, right? So trailing stop is at this level right now, and we're heading to 100%. So I can afford to put 157 stop because this doesn't have any impact. This stop has no impact in the overall trades that we've made right now. No impact. If I lose it, it doesn't matter because I've gained in I've gained in 3 trades at the moment. 3 trades are going very, 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 very well, and they're all secured. And what we're doing here is what I aim to replicate in the real world markets, right? That is what I aim to replicate in the real world markets, right? So on Monday, this is what I'll be aiming to do. It's quite tricky to do, I must say. It's not easy. The more you practice this, the better you get at it. Okay, so now that we've gotten this all figured out, and bearing in mind, this trade that we're looking at right now, it has been going on for days, right? So when did you start? We started on the 30th of May, and it is now the 10th of June. Okay, so this has been going. We've been stacking this for a while. All right, we've been stacking this for a while. So now let's go. Let us go. Okay, so now that's now in profit, which is good. Are we going to get a TP hit? Come on now, boom. Okay, so guys, we've done it. We have done it. We have done it, right? So before I start calculating, actually I'm not even going to bother calculate how many pips we gained because this is not real money. It is just the concept of stacking trades, right? So we can see here we've done 1, 2, 3, 4 trades. So we've done 4 trades. All 4 trades are super profitable, right? We've done very well. So let's look at why we made the decision, why we made it, right? Because that is important. So first, I identified a potential head and shoulders at this level right here, right? At this level right here, because of how this structure formed, right? I identified this move. And in the real world, when we was actually trading this in the real world, we got some gains and we took some losses in this move in the real world trading, because I actually traded this move over here, but half the stuff that we're looking at, I didn't actually implement in the correct order, right? Because I wasn't really backtesting as much as I do now. Okay, hence why right now, as we speak, in the current market, I'm actually not in anything, because I'm waiting for the perfect conditions where there is a super high probability the market is going to do what I'm expecting it to do. So let's look at why we took this trade to begin with, why we said this trade is going to be going our way. When I started looking at market at the beginning of this video, right, price was up here. Okay, price was up here, and I believed price was coming down here. Okay, that's why we did the fib from up here to up here, and the target was to get 100%. Okay, so it only made sense to be riding it down, and as soon as we saw areas of consolidation, those were the areas of our entries, right? So we look into a day and we see the day confirmed our moves, and it did, right? So we have 4x'd this whole area right here. We 4x'd it, right, at various intervals as market was going down. Okay, so we've done that, and now the aim of the game is to replicate that in the real market world. Hence why, guys, if you haven't hit the subscribe button already, you're not going to regret it, right? We do live market analysis mostly on a Monday or Wednesday and a Friday. Sometimes we do it on a Friday, sometimes we don't. So with that said, guys, this is Pips and Points signing out, and I'll see you in the next video.